Hi, my name is John Griffiths and I'm here to give you a potted history of books about account planning, and I'm hoping that you're someone, if you're not an account planner yourself, that you care about account planning and the way that it works. So here is a potted history, looking right back. So I'm going to walk down the end here and show you the first official book that was written about account planning. It came out in 1987, called the Blue Book as well, and it's called How to Plan Advertising. Great book. I could tell you a lot about it, including the famous Damien O'Malley story about how to write creative briefs and using Michelangelo, the brief for painting the Sistine Chapel. But that one's out of print. So you may never have seen that unless you're lucky enough to have it in your library. We come on to the next one. That's 1997. The second edition of How to Plan Advertising, also produced by the London Account Planning Group. This one is also out of print, but you can get it second-hand, I believe. But that's your best chance. So I'm going to put an X on that as well. And then we move forward a couple of years. As you see, there's 10 years between those. And it starts to get busy in the next couple of years. Truth, Lies and Advertising, produced by John Steele. Fantastic book introducing people to account planning. Came out in 1998. Still in print now, so that's encouraging. And then we move on to 2000. You may or may not have seen this, but this is an important set of papers produced by the APG. It's called Pollitt on Planning. The chap on the front is Stanley Pollitt, who's one of the joint founders of Account Planning. So it was produced as a freebie for members of the London APG, and it's now out of print. But there's some good stuff there. 2007, Mary Baskian and Judy Lannon edited together the best papers by Stephen King, the other major founder of account planning. And they're in this book. I'd be interested to know if you've read it. It's full of fantastic stuff, but people find it quite difficult to get into, even though there's introductions from some illustrious planners as an intro to every single paper that features in the book. And that's still in print in 2007. We go a year later, 2008, Hart Weisselbaum edited this, put it together with people like Alice Kendrick in it, and there's also some Brits in there. Very exciting that there's a paper by Malcolm Gladwell, Scott Bedbury's in there as well. I like this because I was very fortunate and I got to get a chapter in here as well about planning outside of straight advertising and integration, which is an area where I was one of the pioneers. And then we move forward a few years to Crisco Checks book, a very practical booklet on the pocket guide to account planning. That came out in 2013. So there you go. Now, I think going back over that list, the chances that you own a book about planning are slight. The chances that you've read it are not that much higher. And that's why I want to talk to you about this book, which is called 98% Pure Potato. It's on a sheet of paper. Why is it on a sheet of paper? Because it doesn't exist yet, and I'm asking for your help and to get it printed. 2015 is the date. If we get enough support, because 98% Pure Potato is being crowdfunded at present on unbound.co.uk, it will be the latest and hopefully one of the best texts on account planning you can possibly get. What could we add to all of these books? Well, I'll tell you what. It's an account of how account planning started by talking to the people that actually did it. 10 planners from Boaz Massimi Pollitt, 10 planners from J. Walter Thompson, and planners that moved between these agencies and worked in others as well. And the idea is that taking their experience and comparing it with the way planning works today, we will have an unrivaled opportunity to look at how the best planning is done, how to make it work, how to make clients love it, how to sell work in with it. That's what 98% Pure Potato is about. But to make it happen, and we have all of these interviews in audio, we've got them on video, but if the hard drive fails, they'll be gone forever. So that's why we really, really need your help. Please go to unbound.co.uk and pledge to make sure that 98% Pure Potato is funded. I'm making this film at the start of February 2015. We've just got a few more weeks to go of the funding. Please, please come and help, and also pass the word on to your friends. If you've never owned a planning book, it's time you did, and it should be this one. And I've got a little extra for you. Not only, if you pledge, will you get access to these interviews as podcasts on the unbound.co.uk site itself, but you will get your name in the book. Can't say fairer than that. Thanks for listening.